Okay. Hello, my name is Brian.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Forrest.
And we're Vortex Gaming, an up-and-coming team in Vanguard here at Barriers Games, here to do a box opening of what, Zach?
The pre-release for Demonic Advent. We're going to be opening up 36 packs. The 2 playmats that it came with in the bundle, and the promo bundle that was given to each player at the tournament.
And what set is this for us?
It's GBT11, the 11th one in the series.
Okay, I think the best one so far, if you ask me.
Yeah, really, it's got a lot of good stuff
really
in it.
All right, let's start with some packs, guys.
Sure, sounds good to me. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to open, I think, is the your promo you get for playing.
It's a Kagero unit.
Kagero unit, the grade 2 that I love particularly because I play Kagero. It's basically like the DP support given to Kagero. So you can see it pretty, a little pretty, you know, look at it. And its ability I like because it kind of allows me to push through a bunch of the bullshit I go through playing Kagero around here, Force included, and Zach with PG from Soul with stupid combos.
Absolutely.
So basically, if you retire this unit when your opponent puts a card on Guardian Circle, if your Vanguard's blazing, and if your opponent choose one of your opponent's grade 3 Guardians and retire it. So like I said, make you scared the guard, right? With all the resist bullshit that came out, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Entirely.
Yeah, you used it against me. It was very effective. It does good work, actually. I think it's a pretty solid card.
I think it might see some use. It depends on if Kagero actually does anything this tournament cycle, you know?
Yeah, Blade Master, dude.
Blade Master? Maybe.
Blade Master, we're going to pull some. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was the promo for the tournament.
Yeah, here we got the playmat that came out, if you can give it a look at it. Should I move it or keep it? Like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
You got your V Circle and your Murkrow Lord, which horrifies the hell out of everyone.
And the stealth rogue Mugen Lord.
Yeah, it's that dominate.
It's that dominate that that my friend here wants to run. Like
I'm gonna run the crap out of it, man. It's gonna be fun.
I hate you. Okay, let's start with the first pack then. I think.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay.
So interestingly enough, this is Bushiroad's first time doing a pack that is 7 cards with 2 rares instead of 5.
I feel like they put the price up a little bit just to give us more.
Probably. I mean, I think it's a fair trade, though.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, 2 rares in 1 pack.
2 rares in 1 pack is definitely a cool thing.
Looks like so far we got a Nubatama Stride. Ooh, got some green too.
So,
can you see them all? Oh my gosh, some more.
Good thing for the Genesis players out there, the grade 2, Goddess of Favorable Wind and Kneel. This is a very good card for GB1 lock and Counterblast. When one of your rear guards is rested from one of your abilities, you take all the power of that unit, the original power, and it's transferred to Kneel. It's a very good grade 2 that gets you over the edge on a grade 3 that might have a little bit too much attack for you. Very good card.
And I think it is attributes more to the revelation mechanic entirely because you're resting your rear guards a lot if you pick the other option, but now you can stand them up before you attack, which kind of removes the whole point of the constant relation being a rest your rear guard, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. Amaruta and Fenrir have a lot of good buddies now with this set. For anybody playing those decks or wanting to play Amaruta, very good deck.
Oh man, them witches, man. We got some more witch stand trigger right here.
Shadow Paladins?
No, it's for Genesis. Too.
There is witch support for Shadows and Genesis in this set. It's very weird.
That grade 0 stuff is fun, right? We all know. We got a regular draw trigger like some monkey for Gear Chronicle.
Yeah, there is Gear Chronicle in this set.
We got some Nubatama.
A lot of Pulsar, Zodiac Time Beasts.
And I believe there's a lot of reprints too for Nubatama in this set, isn't there?
Yeah, they put a lot of the some of the after image stuff in the set for people that are running the older deck build and they don't want to shift. Not a lot of it's going to be played though, because like with the set focusing on Nubatama so much, we're going to have a lot of new cards for it with the Dominate mechanic or working with the Dominate mechanic. You said we pulled a Nubatama Stride?
I believe so. I believe we got, looks like it's Wakudo, Stealth Rogue. When attached to Vanguard, remember if the cards in your opponent's hand is less than your opponent, your opponent chooses a card from his hand, bind it face up. This is attributing back to the bind mechanic we had before, I think. I won't see it being played.
No, I think with my deck list that I have together for it, I have nothing for it right now.
I mean, I haven't heard anything or seen anything with it entirely. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And
we got Gear Chronicle. So Bind Zone Caller, I mean, I don't really see this being played more because Time Leap is still the major deck that's being played.
Yeah, Time Leap is definitely the big deck.
I think people for playing Gears are going to look for more Time Leap support. Maybe it's a couple, some more Gear strides are coming out. I think Mystery Free is coming out.
Yep.
And in this set, which is going to be horrifying when you see it. Yeah, let's get some more next pack. Okay.
What's the thing in the back? Oh, Dragonborn advertisement.
Ooh, we got some Some more Nubatama support.
Nubatama stuff? Okay.
Nubatama stuff. Oh my god.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Another Detect Angel from Genesis. Oh my god. We got looks like Dragon Knight here. A Pulsar Nimblerat. Got a Aeronagal. Oh my god.
Royal Paladin.
Yeah, some Pulsar Tamer, and we got a Kagero G-Guard. About time, man. Some love, support, right? Got no love coming, man. I swear. Let's start off with the rat, because you know how much I like mice, right? Looks like it's a Pulsar Nimblerat. I can see some draw power here, but I don't really see it being used or anything. Again, I said, like, you know, Gear Chronicles are big on Time Leap and some Gear Dragon stuff. But I would love to see if Film can make it work. And people out there, please make this work. Make Chrono Tiger work. Because I feel like I want Chrono Tiger to do something. This is more of a, just my own personal, like, feel of it, you know?
I like when someone takes that, like, important mechanic for a clan.
Just go rogue with it.
Like there was that guy out in like South America who won with the like hybrid deck of like Luard with like Blaster Dark.
Made no damn sense.
He won like a Bushiroad circuit with it, and everybody started getting overhyped about it on Reddit.
That's fucking Reddit.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a Dragon Knight to here. I'm loving this. Some different stuff. Chicago's kind of bland at a certain point. I mean, for the guys playing it, it's just kill your stuff, buff off it. That's it. I mean, again, I'm doing the same thing with this rear guard here, but I mean, just place a rear guard, counterblast, I buff a rear guard, and I retire more stuff, but it gives me more, like, options, I guess, for grade 1s to use. I really like, because before I didn't get really much of anything. Here, we got Detect Angel.
So, Detect Angel, this is one of the cards that plays off of the resting rear guard mechanic. It's also locked behind GB1. Most of the stuff in Genesis plays off of you striding first. Usually it's how it goes. It has Revelation on Rearguard Circle, I believe, if I'm reading it correctly.
Yeah.
Revelation off of Rearguard Circle.
Rearguard's rested, you know, you stand it, and it gets +4 cab.
Yeah. Detect Angel is definitely like a 1 or 2 of in the deck. I wouldn't say it's a playset because your grade 1s are pretty much.
I think I wasn't correct. When your Rearguard's rested due to the fact of your card against any card, this unit gets +4. But even then, you can just stand it. I mean, for the love of God.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, we gotta do the money card last. We got an Aragorn Royal Paladins. I don't think you're gonna use this all for us, are you?
I'm probably probably
it's
not.
It's a stand trigger, right?
No, it's
I think
critical
the
that goes
criticals
for
I have are too good.
Yeah. Entirely, I think the criticals you already have. Yeah, like you said.
The criticals I already have are too good, especially for Blaster with Floral Paladin, Flogel, and
criticals that you call and stuff back in your deck. I think it's just too good. I mean,
they kind of call off each other better.
Yeah.
We got a Pulsar.
Stand trigger.
Yeah, once placed on a Rear Guard or G Guard in, if you have a Gear Colossus or Zodiac Time Beast, which you will have a Zodiac Time Beast, it will not be a Gear Colossus.
But then there's a Gear Colossus in this set too.
Yeah, but I don't see it being touched, honestly.
It looks pretty good. I mean, he does.
I mean, people probably would run it.
There's a lot.
I've seen some weirder stuff. I've seen some.
This set.
Yeah, I've seen some weirder stuff happen. I mean, in tournament stuff. So I mean, why not? And so if it's placed on, you draw a card and choose a card from your hand and you bind it face up. Is that more to the bind effect mechanic? I think they're trying to go for. Like I said, man, someone out there with that Gear Tiger, make it work, please. Guess we go to some support from my clan. I like this. It's a G Guard coming up. You counterblast, and I believe you're more. During the battle that your Vanguard was attacked, your opponent's Vanguard, I'll pay the cost. Then you get +10k in that battle for each opponent to open Rear Guard. So it's more of a definite just. Hey, remember the guys are retired, like this whole last turn? Yeah, I get buff off of that. You know, like more benefit.
Actually,
everyone knows longer comics better.
So this new Batama unit that we got, I think this is one of the actual important ones for the deck.
Yeah, I mean, it's Dominate.
Right.
It's some Dominate. It's pretty Dominate too. Zach's over here drooling for it.
Not yet. No, not yet.
Not yet.
You have to wait for the next set for that.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that Dominate everything.
Sure Nui. Sure
Nui. One set at a time. One set at a time.
Yeah, you're right. Let's sit here and focus on this one.
Like I said, but they persona flip themselves at least, so you don't get a buff off that. But the weirdest thing is that they dominate a unit. And it's I think the cheaper Dominate one, the Mugen Lore is the one that I'm really worried about because for every face card you dominate everything.
Yeah, Mugen Lore can grab every rear guard. It'll stand, grab some grade 3s from discard pile, put them out, and no matter what circle they're on, they could be in the back row, front row, doesn't matter. They all attack the Vanguard at once. and with Mugen Lord. It's very powerful, very powerful
some
card.
shit on it.
Yeah.
Some stuff on
It's
it.
some fun stuff.
Yeah, some good things. I think it's just a bunch of good stuff. Let's see.
It's a good set. I mean, there's a lot of fun cards for everybody in here.
New
Yeah.
Batama player, it's for everybody, right? Oh, got some more Genesis Revelation buffs going on here.
Senri.
Look at that, some Senri, double pack. Some Kagero, we got some more New Batama, some Dark E-Regs. Things for Amon. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, Amon's getting some love this set, I think,
Yeah, I'm
right?
surprised because he got a new grade 3 coming out this set, I believe,
Yep.
too, which is gonna help you deck out faster with
Absolutely.
with dark and regulars. I mean, I have to say I'm on the DR sometimes too, but
We got
I mean,
another new Batama.
oh my God, more New Batamas.
Red one.
Let's talk about the Genesis one first, I think.
Yeah, so the Senri card, a lot of them pretty much do the same thing. They relish off of the
Revelation,
the
down
Revelation
drawback.
rear guard, tapping themselves to give themselves big buffs. They all pretty much do the same thing. It just was lacking the ability to play off of them resting, which
without
is what they
stand
did
triggers,
this time.
which now they're gonna have a bunch of just main phase stuff going ham. I
Yeah.
mean, doesn't matter what you pick, you're gonna get a buff off of it.
Yeah.
I mean, people might just pick this to put soul for the rest. I think at this point, I mean,
Yeah, honestly.
oh my God.
Like, you don't even need to run, like, you run a hybrid of stance and crits, because the crits aren't even important with how many attacks you're doing with such big numbers.
Yeah,
With the Amaruta or Fenrir, it doesn't really matter which one you pick.
Exactly. Okay, I'll come up to, I guess we'll do, I guess some Darker Regulars next. Amon got some love, though, right? And a new grade 3. I like Legions and, like,
A lot of
Giants, man.
Amon fans are out there. We're really happy for it on Reddit.
I mean, I'm
It's-
happy. I mean-
it's an older card, so people get excited about stuff
Amon's
like
kind
that.
of fun. I enjoy Amon. He's pretty fun. I mean,
But Charlotte's the main attention.
Charlotte's always get the best
Yeah,
love. I think
he's
'cause
getting all the love
He's
this
the
time.
new kid on the block, smacking all the shafts and everybody. I guess you could say. It was hard to play on a rear guard. You still charge, and if the Vanguard is Amon, you basically get buffs to rear guards now, and then you still charge again, which is probably the same things like you're gonna do over and over again. But the 5K is plus for every card in Soul, which is really fair. Instead of every card in Soul,
Right.
They set a limit, I think, at a certain point, because this would be just some big columns, I think, coming for you if you didn't.
That just sounds like Darker Regulars for you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm running shit. We got some new Batama, some of the stand triggers had some love, and it said when a unit is stood to the effect of a card during your turn, you may pay the cost. Choose any number of players' units in the same combat unit. They get plus 2K. Choose one or more units. You draw a card.
Yep.
Which is
And
just
that's a
helping
stand
yourself
trigger.
out. It's a stand trigger that you retire on the rear guard, and you get just buff their rear guards to help you swing them at them with their own stuff.
So for
Nice.
new Batama players, that card right there, that stand trigger, this is one you run of as a playset or a 2 of for your stand slots. This is another deck like Genesis where you run 6 and 6, crits and stands. You don't need draws because of the amount of draw power you get from everything else. This card will definitely have an impact on the deck for sure.
I definitely think
Columns
so.
is always a good thing for it.
And
Considering
you're-
it's not a crit and it gives out buffs and draws cards, it's really powerful stand trigger.
I mean, good lord.
In your
man.
opinion, Zach, what do you think the trigger base would be for this deck?
For new Batama?
Yeah.
4 heals, 6 crits, and 6 stance. I'd
Okay.
say would be the base for the deck.
Really?
That sounds pretty
I
reasonable.
mean, like the buffs from your units, I think is really fun, honestly.
Yeah. It definitely plays off of the just buffing itself. Like, it's just a really strong card. It's definitely going to be played for sure. Absolutely. The other one's going to get played at grade 2.
There's one we talked about earlier,
coming up.
too.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about this one definitely. I believe when you dominate unit attacks hits during your turn, you may pay the cost. Your punch card hand discard. Just more pain from your own pain. I mean, they're like sucking out souls here, man.
What do you expect from a War Beast?
Man, I mean, the guys who made this like New Batama give it like no love. Afterimage was like not as good as anything else that came out. Then it's like, you know, let's give them a better mechanic.
Well,
Let's give them the real love that we thought we deserved. Let's let them control people's rear guards. And then Reddit went crazy.
Yeah, like, I mean, Afterimage was fine. It's just that it was a very limited print run for the cards because they knew that if they gave it anything that was really fluid, it would break the game.
I
you
mean,
know?
even now people are scared they'll break
But
the game with it. You know.
I think there's enough resist out there and enough answers. The game isn't slow anymore, you know.
Yeah.
When Limit Break was your answer or Legion was your answer before Strides and G-Guards, Afterimage was a scary thought. Dominate would have been a scary thought then too. It's not a
Dominate
scary
would have been
people
a
think.
broke thought back in the
Yeah.
day. Oh my.
I think it's
God.
fine. I really feel like it's not as strong as people think it is, to be
Yeah, I mean,
honest.
if you can't beat someone by first, second stride, you're not playing competitive.
The goal is to beat Nubatama right now before first stride, and you guard early. You don't let them have any room for anything.
Because everyone's building videos off and everything. But
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next Kagero unit. Let's Dragonite Sakura. Some super Asian name right here. Let's place on a rear guard, you counterblast. If number of rear guards you have is your opponent has less than you, pay the cost. Your opponent's rear guard, retire it. I think I'll right around what I just said. And GB1, if my Vanguard's blazing, it's plus 2k, which is more support for Kagero, I think, to retire. But it's something different to run. I mean, at a certain point, the discs became all the same. It was just no Blade Master support. It was just a bunch of Overlords going ham at each other. If they playing Kagero, even then you couldn't really do much but attack a lot.
Blade Master recently won. It was
Blade Master
top 4.
did top 4, which I'm happy to see. But now that those 4 coming out, I'm ready to see some broods that come out. You know, I'm building one definitely. But
we're gonna see some videos for it for sure. I think people do it.
We got some more Pulsar coming through with the right time beast. I mean, Pulsar.
Oh, this is the one that gives resist, isn't it?
Yep, gives
Or
resist.
gets resist.
Like I said, like everyone's at the ready with their armor saying resist the temptation of them, that third eye, man. That's shouting
hard
out.
time.
That anyways shouting out.
Resist is a very strong keyword that was not really a big thing for a long time. Some clans had it, like Aquaforce has it in small numbers.
Royals had it for a little while with the first.
I think the big one.
Second alt mile trial deck. I think they got it.
The big ones that had it was more of a Great Nature mechanic. I think, entirely.
Great Nature, I think, was one of the first cards that had it.
Yeah, they didn't really have much besides just retiring the stuff and getting big columns, and that Legion came out, and then people looped the Legion over and over again, which was pretty fun.
And they needed a way to protect their guys to sack them. So
I mean, yeah,
Resistor makes sense.
And now they're just as everywhere. These guys over here blowing me saying, "You play Kagero, you can't hit me."
Well, it's because like you got like Link Joker that has an answer on their turn, and they have Gear Chronicle, which is one of the only decks that has interaction on the opponent's turn for their rearguard columns.
Yeah, I mean, Kagero was the only one like that too. I mean, they had to give us something.
Resist had to be a word to be given out for decks that actually had interaction on the opponent's turn.
Power to them.
Yeah, for sure.
And we got another Nubatama unit, got Stealth Dragon Tari. And
not going to be played.
Probably not.
Not going to be played.
It just gives your Vanguard like all race names, I think, to get their regards to maximum buff, which I probably won't see this at all.
You really don't need it because you don't really need the abilities of the opponent's Vanguard when some of them are mainly based on the clan itself.
Because I'm pretty sure Muselward and like your grade 3 Shiranui just buffs them anyway.
You just want numbers.
You want big numbers.
You want numbers to force their hand to go down to nothing so you can kill them. That's really all there is to it.
Yeah, like just
I mean, for some circumstances, it would make sense for
we got some Nubatama. More Nubatama. Yeah, Dominic grade 3. Look at some a big shaker. Some original names here, guys. Come on. Some Pulsar Century Dragon Kid, which you might see some.
Heel Trigger.
I've got a heel trigger.
Couple heels.
Some pretty. Okay, the guy who does Arch Vanguard. I gotta talk to you guys for a minute. You guys got issues, all right? Some of these are just scaring me.
What, it's like some perverted stuff?
Okay. Oh, we got a pretty Meta Pulsar Mystery Freeze Dragon.
Hot stamped card.
It showed up and just smacked with the gears in the face. Okay,
that's actually really pretty.
Show me the world that I truly desire. Stride Generation. Look at that boy right there. We'll say that one for last. Talk about I think for this pack.
Yeah, for entirely. Sure. Let's move on to the
Let's start with the. Like I said, they're just heel triggers. I mean, we all know for meta you're going to use your Flip G Guard supporter.
Yeah. Because almost every deck runs their Flip G Guard.
I think only a couple don't, but that's because they're not that great. I mean, like Kagero, I'm not touching
this is Forrest would know about this one, the G Guard.
Oh, little Great Sage Marin.
He's great now, right?
He is a Great Sage Marin now. Actually, I think it's a she.
Is it a she? Yeah, that's right. I got marriage a she, I think. I gotta read the lore again. Hold on. Like, I've had some bad thoughts there. Give me a second. That's a poofy dress.
But yeah, it's a Soul Blast 1. If you have a Vanguard with Alfred or Blaster in its card name, you may pay the cost if you do. Search your deck for up to one grade 1 or greater card, call it to rear guard, and it gets 5k shield. I'm not sure because they released Assault with the Legend deck, which gets, I'm pretty sure it was plus 5,000 for each rear guard you have.
I mean, the only way I can see this being used if you use a Brave Owl, I think that's it. But I don't think that deck uses it. At all.
So I'm pretty sure
it's more of a setup for next turn, right?
I'm pretty sure you stick with Assault for the Legend deck and Blaster if that's what you do.
We've talked about this before. You know, there's like different kinds of players out there. There's like the ones that they build their deck for optimal, and then they build their deck for like what they have essentially.
This is great for what you have.
For like a new player that gets a Royal Paladin deck of any kind, it could be an old one or something just off base thrown together. This G-Guard is for that player that doesn't have all the answers to building their deck.
The reason it's especially interesting is it's a Soul Blast. It's Royal Paladins, from what I can tell from what I played, is extremely counterblast heavy. This is Soul Blast 1, so it takes away from the counterblasting that you'll continuously do.
Which that PG does too now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
PG.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. I don't know. Alright, next card we got about. Should we tell them about the...
Just move on.
Alright, Pulsar, Century Dark Kit. I guess more just a Great Colossus Reveal It. I've seen this played like online gaming, trying to build some new decks to have some fun with. But I mean, retire if you have a Gear Colossus Vanguard, buy a great deck. If it's a that time you should draw a card, I cannot see this being used besides Drain and G. I think they're still gonna be the first base. Someone might find use for it. Like I said out there, people can find some rogue stuff and maybe some funny stuff. But I mean,
that one guy that goes to like a Bushiroad circuit, like a best of one tournament, and they run a deck that just coincidentally is like the rogue deck of the tourney.
My God.
You know, it's just kind of how it goes.
All right. Back to we pulled a Dominator Grade 3. I mean, I don't know much about Dominator entirely. Zach, I don't think this will be used with it.
Which one is it?
The Demon Stuff Rogue, the Grade 3 Dominator.
No. That one's definitely not played. For your Grade 3s, it's mostly Shiranui, the new one. The old Shiranui is a 2 of, and then there's one on the trial deck. It's got some super Japanese name, but it's in the trial deck, so that's the one you run.
Got a big shaker. When this is placed on a rear guard, when this is placed on the rear guard, may pay the cost. Soul Blast. You soul charge 1. If number of cards you can soul 6 or more, it gets plus 3k. General turn for the 10 or more, it's plus 3k again. In my build for Dr. Records, I didn't use this one, but I can see maybe some more out of it. But that's kind of rare to see it. Like I said, road decks, man. You guys can make it work.
So let's talk about the pretty card.
Talk about the pretty, super, like, chrononized card that got the gears on it, man. Mystery Freeze Dragon. I'm scared to see this played, honestly.
Yeah, that's the one we've been talking about.
Yeah, it's GB3 entirely, but at the end of the day, it's a Gear Dragon. So, and it's a time piece. So you can basically copy it with Gear Groovy if you want to. If you don't want to do it that way. So Gear Groovy can have the skills of next stage and this. So you bind top 3. It will give next stage the ability to add a +1 drive, as well as if one can guard with 3, you get with 4 different grades potentially. Anything stopping from guarding with a certain grade makes me cry inside. Just a little bit. We're gonna put this in a pretty pile.
So you guys were talking about Shock-Rot earlier.
Yeah, Shock-Rot Vampire. What you got? Oh, we got a Shock-Rot Vampire.
Did he actually pull it?
Yeah.
Nice.
New grade
The one who shatters Sin Shock-Rot. The worst part about this card, and I tell everyone, even my team members about this, the one card I hate in Vanguard, Silent Tom is a pain in my ass, especially at the beginning of this game. And the fact that Dark Heroes has it now, I should either run against it or run it. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean it's a 4 of, and when you stride, you soul charge the whole you pump his rear guard and retires it like always. But the key part is the GB2 of Darkness ability. When it's actually a plus 5k, you have 10 more cards in soul. It's a Silent Tom. That hurts me inside. And I'm going to run it, just because. I'm going to put that in a pretty pile also. What's down there for us?
So does the Shock-Rot deck, does it run the coveted
I did.
covetous
Because I think with Dark Horse going to be, it's going to be a lot of deck thinning. Going into your disdain, the one that says when it attacks, put all grade 0s from your soul back to your deck. And then after that point, you have all your triggers you need back into your deck. The one problem with soul charging a lot, I guess in Genesis and in Dark Roses is like you soul charge some things you might need. In this deck, your triggers what you need, and now they're back in your deck. You just punch them in the face after you stand up for that, that stride, which is pretty interesting. I'll run it. I'm
pull
running it.
one more for Dark Irregulars. It's the Cryptid Knowledge.
Cryptid Knowledge.
G-Guard?
Yeah, G-Guard. Counterblast placed on the Guardian Circle during the battle that your opponent attacked, and then charging against soul 10 or more. You may pay the cost. If you do, it gets a +5 shield. To win your Vanguards, you get a +5 shield again.
I have a couple deck lists for Dark Irregulars that I've been coming up with. Like I got one for Shock-Rot, and then I have a Bladewing Reiji Turbo deck.
Which he's talking a lot about. He wants to.
And
some
neither of
turn
them
one.
run that new G Guard. The old ones just seem a little bit better to me.
Yeah, I mean the
I can
flip
understand
one.
it.
I can use the flip one a lot more than I can use
Yeah,
this one.
the flip one's definitely
And
better.
don't forget the one that hits and gets 10K for 10 more cards or so. I mean, that's all you need. You don't really need all this.
He pulled his boy. Look at that.
I did.
No,
I
you
pulled
boy.
something that
Talk about your
everybody
boy.
has been,
You talk about your boy.
Talk about your boy, dude.
Talk
All
about
right,
it.
so this is Lou. Everybody knows Lou.
He was a future knight. The great the critical man.
He started out as a 0, and now our boy Lou is a grade 3. He's a new style blaster. That's the great thing about it, is he works with the blaster mechanic. And if you don't ride him, he gets 5,000 shield and intercept. It's amazing to me.
Boy!
That is
It is pretty good.
That is the alternate grade 3 that I plan to run for the legend deck. Right
Just
there.
try it out, man. I mean, he gets intercept and he has, I think it's resist, isn't it? Or you can give him
No,
resist
he
with
gets.
abilities.
Yeah, you can definitely give him resist because he's a blaster.
The worst part about it all is that, you know, lose in the lore, if you don't know, Blaster is a title of respect as a knight entirely. So, I mean,
He's had to work
he's made
for
it.
it.
He's made it. I'm proud of him. He looks all puffy. He's probably in like an armor suit because I'm pretty sure he's not that old. Good lord, I think so tall. Got some nubby arms, but it's fine.
I don't know, but I think I got something you might be interested
Oh,
in.
my dad's up there.
Oh boy.
My dad's up there.
This is Hell Deity.
Give me 1 second.
Seal Dragon.
I mean, I love some Steel Dragon support, honestly. How about you, Zach?
Seal Dragons?
Yeah.
That's a thing still?
Yeah.
Can you pull an SP for once?
Sorry, it's just not really. I'm not a fan of dead memes, you know?
Oh, that's some
I'm not a fan
hatred,
of dead
man.
memes, dude.
Let's see. We
I got a
have
couple things for you here, actually.
what you got over there?
So we got a grade 2 for Genesis. This is Multitask Angel. It's got Revelation on the rearguard circle, and the GB1 lock is the usual for the Genesis cards with a Counterblast 1. When this unit is, I believe it's this unit.
Yep.
When this unit is rested due to the effect of one of your cards, you stand it, and it gains boost until the end of the turn.
Oh, nice.
So it's a grade 2 that 8K, right? But this is like a 1 or 2 of in your deck that has the good option of boosting from the back row on one of your bigger guys. This is good for your Kotonoha on rear guard from Absolute Judgment, which is already a staple in the Genesis deck.
Yeah.
It's also good for Azusa, the grade 3 copy of Kotonoha, or just any rear guard that you put out there. It's just a good card, but it's not like a huge staple. I also
I
got.
found, I'll tell you, go ahead.
I got one of the twin dragons for stealth dragons for Nubatama. Stealth Dragon Fudai. This is one of your buddies for the deck. This is like your title assault. Everyone hates it. Once per turn, you can counter or Soul Blast 1. Choose a card from your opponent's rest or drop zone and put it out on the rear guard. And at the end of the turn, it is retired. When one of your other units attacks during the turn, and if you have a Vanguard with Shiranui, it gets 2K. This is a good card. It's just a super good card.
I mean,
Very solid.
I hate it, so
It's a 4 of in your deck for
I
any
found a
Nubatama
good some
player.
alt mouse support though, which I like. Before, so you can talk about this bad boy right here.
So this will probably be the common that replaces most Headwind Next Saleems. In my deck, anyway. So it pretty much does everything he does, except for the, well, he gets an additional 2,000 as opposed to the 3,000 if you have a Vanguard with Alt Mile. But he comes out with Resist.
Which I enjoy, definitely. As a Kagero player, but resist.
I know, right?
I
You
can't
love
touch
it.
you. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna play some Narcomi
It's
this time.
okay because he's supposed to be in the back. It's fine. He comes out in the back.
It's fine. Got a grade 3 Wavering Strike Jago. So I use this card. It has Blaze. When it's placed on a Vanguard or a Vanguard, I pay the cost with a Counterblast and a Soul Blast. Or Soul Blast. Your opponent chooses one of their Vanguards in the same column and retires it. Oh, I'm sorry, I choose. That's right, 'cause I'm the resist hater right here. My Vanguard's Blazing is plus 2K for each card in the back row. It's like I like a great 2. I run 2 of it in my build for Blade Master, the new Blade Master support. And it, if I retire that whole back row, I mean, I got a plus like 6K right off the bat. I mean, I like it. And my boost skill plus like 12K. I believe 11K. My fault. And which is just scary all around.
Ooh.
And here we got some Dark Road PG. I mean, Darkness, if the number of cards sold 60 more, it's plus 2K. I prefer the one that comes from soul to hand. I feel like utility of getting cards back, shuffling them back into your hands, more of the...
The older PG is definitely the answer here for any Dark regular deck, whether it's old or new.
Getting PGs to hand is the most fun part. Like Lure does it now, it abuses that to the maximum. I feel like getting them back to your hands is the key thing now.
Any deck that can regenerate their heals or their PGs, you should go with them. There's several of them that do it now.
Got a Witch, PG.
I think it's a Quintet, probably.
Quintet? Yeah, it's Quintet Wall. Complex card, Witch's name. This you place on my Guardian. It's a Quintet Wall, basically. I mean, we don't use Quintet Walls anymore entirely. I mean, if you want to run Witches, I guess you could use it. I say road decks, man.
You would still run the other PGs.
Got a new Hysteric Shirley. I mean, everyone can like Hysteric Shirley. She's gone crazier, apparently. Oh, gosh, she's hysteric as hell. And we got a new Batama. Crits that I believe it's in your list too. Is that?
No.
Put the soul counter on 1.
I don't think I'm running that one. There was an older one that I think draws you cards or it buffs, and there was the old one that's like the double rare ones, like when you draw, you get 5k to the Vanguard.
Yeah. It's new Batama's Red Lightning.
Yeah. Chat.
I have the Witch Queen. Oh, congratulations.
Witch Queen, Genesis. You can tell me about this Witch Queen scoop.
Witches are a thing, I guess, that people can play.
I guess.
Honestly, I'm not going to tell you anything positive about it because it's witches, not really someone you should be running. But if you want to talk about a good stride unit, we got Ishtar.
Oh, here we go. The money card. Here's the moneymaker right here.
Goddess of Investigation Ishtar is your first stride, it's your last stride, it's your only stride.
They woke up in a cold sweat over this card, I'm telling you.
This thing is really good. You can Soul Blast. It's got Revelation on Vanguard for 1. You can Soul Blast 3, choose a face-down card from your G-Zone and turn it face up. When a grade 1 or greater card is revealed during your drive check, you may pay this cost. Doesn't say once per turn. You can do it multiple times.
Wow, worth.
If you do, choose up to the same number of your units as the number of face-up Goddess of Investigation Ishtars in your G-Zone, and until the end of turn, they get plus 3,000. And if the card revealed with that drive check has the Revelation ability, you stand those rear guards. This card's broken. It's utterly broken.
Just broke.
It's just straight up broke.
The man who runs it, who would fight to death about this claim being broken, and message is broke.
It's a broken clan.
It goes into pretty power.
It's about to get some cool stuff.
It says, we got a Pulsar Crushing Tiger. I mean, if you have a conjure name, gets plus 3k. You counterblast when attack hits. You may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose one that time based among them. Put them into your hand. Rest on the bottom. It could be used if you're doing a different build, but I don't see a time limit using it. I mean, they could potentially for searching for things they need, like their PG or whatever. But I feel like they're more of a fluid run of what they got so far. I think they're gonna stick with it.
You want a throwback? I just pulled a Legion Mate card. Witch of Aster Star for Genesis Witches.
Rip.
Funny stuff. What are you talking about? Oh, okay, yeah, I was going to talk about that.
Yeah, Zach, you want to talk about this one right here? This is the first drive of the century, I think. We got an actual first drive for D-Eyes, man. Zach?
This card, it's, I agree with you. I think it's a good first stride. This card, once per turn, you can counterblast 1 and choose a face-down card from your G-Zone and turn it face up. Then you Soul Charge 3. For each different grade among the cards Soul Charged, you choose one of your rear guards and it gets plus 5 until the end of the turn. If a card with the Darkness ability was Soul Charged by this effect, you choose up to 1 grade 3 card from your soul and put it into your hand. So it's a free stride.
So yeah, you get a free stride. Only if you get Darkness top of 3, which the whole deck is basically Darkness at this point. And like I said, in my list, I use it as a first stride to get my grade 3 to my hand, grade 3 back to my hand for the next turn I'm setting up for. I do it with my soul charging this turn, getting that second stride kill, hopefully. Yeah. Entirely. And I believe another supporter card to help with that.
Were-Tiger Jaeger.
Were-Tiger Jaeger, man. We got 2 stride cards in the deck, not just 1.
Yeah,
and 2 that one comes from your hand to from the soul. I think entirely Dark Order is doing this whole mechanic of putting things from the soul to hand has become a great thing entirely. Giving me some more pressure on because sometimes your stride spot hurts, man. It hurts entirely. When you can't get into your hand, and the fact you can control that you can get one from soul to hand. I mean, I enjoy it.
Oh, here we go. So this is our new PG for Genesis, or not Genesis, new Batama. So this guy, he's really funny. Let's see. Choose a card from your hand, discard it, regular G-Guard. When it's in the drop zone, you choose any other Stealth Dragon Utsuroi from your drop zone and put it on the bottom of your deck. When the attack of a dominated unit hits a Vanguard during your turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, return this card to your hand. So this card, it pays for you to have multiple copies of it already in drop zone. You put 1 into the deck. And then on top of that, when you dominate and you hit with one of your units, on your turn, you get back a PG. I mean, literally, you get 2 back.
Which is kind of like just worth entirely.
And it's free. All it requires is that it's in the drop zone. That's insane.
Yeah, I'll talk about
Speaking
this
of
new,
good PGs.
good PGs. You got Genesis PG. It's a regular PG, except the fact that when it retired from the Guardian Circle, if another copy of this card's been sold, you, I believe, soul charge too?
Yeah, you soul charge too.
Yeah.
So Goddess of Decline Hell was your go-to PG for a while because of the damage flip, but your counterblasting isn't as heavy in Amaruta compared to Fenrir. So for the most part, most decks are switching to this new PG. I recommend it personally. If you can get a hold of them, run 4 of the new PG for sure.
Oh yeah, you know your starter now for the new Genesis deck entirely. If you're gonna do Ishtar, I like it because you put it so you stand on your rear guards and then you draw a card. Yeah, the heck, Zach.
So that's one. I'm running a bunch of different cards for Genesis starters because I have a couple different deck builds I've been brewing. But that starter is the one that I run with Amaruta. I still prefer Lei Dang with Fenrir though, from GBT11PRK, I think is from the one he's from. But got some pretty things for you, man. If you want to look at these. Actually, talk about that one. It's a funny card.
Oh, this one?
Connell. Cray
Connell, man. Connell, they put out some more clay elementals, so I make that clay elemental.
It's the only Cray elemental in the set, and it's very janky. Very odd, like, trolley kind of card. Isn't it the one where if an effect would cause you to do something, it affects all of the effects hit him?
Yeah, if you basically if you're with a match retire or a mass counter destruction, you only pick him alone.
Yeah, you target him 5 times.
Yeah,
it's really funny.
It's kind of hilarious.
It's a really funny card.
Here's
honestly.
the Blaze starter now, come with some support. I think I like this entirely, but people want to still probably run Conroe because they want to retire and get their their grade 1 to their hand entirely. What you got?
I pulled 2 strides.
Okay.
Amon and Phoenix.
Yeah, the Phoenix, the new Phoenix that might see some work in some gears. I heard some talk about it, but I haven't seen any good lists put up yet that's consistent enough. But the fact that it's Counterblast it's a first stride, definitely. Counterblast, top 5 for your card in your G zone. You put 2 Let Time Beasts onto Radar Circle from it. I think it's a good first stride. It could potentially be something for Time Leap, but again, like I said, the brewer they got so now, people hate changing their decks entirely.
Gear Chrono's kind of set in its ways. You know, Time Leap is its own thing. It's a different animal.
Yeah, we got now a card that Force loves very much. A PG with a Soul Blast is a cost. What the heck, man?
I
don't
know why they decided to do this.
I mean, aren't you happy about it?
I'm extremely happy about it. I'm excited about it because that doesn't mean. That means so much more. I don't have to discard anymore, Brian.
Yeah, that's even great for your bros.
It's actually pretty bad for Brave, though.
I mean, yeah, but you're not. It's not for Brave. That's for some Alpha. It's a blaster support.
You're right.
And we got a Shiranui card. Shiranui Soul Charge. You're critical. You all put in your deck.
Is that
everything's worth? Yeah, it's critical. Like a change of art almost. I've never seen like that.
Yeah, this is the reprint, I think. Yeah, it says re on the bottom.
Yeah, it's a reprint.
So this is your. Actually, you run 2 of that crit, mainly because they're really pricey. And
so you pull them, so you buy packs.
The other one is go into Soul and give any unit like 3 or 4K. So it's a little bit more optimal because your rear guards are really your main star in Nubatama compared to Shiranui himself.
So I pulled something you were laughing at.
Yeah, let's pull something that Zach wants to talk about heavily. I think
he's
upset about this happening to his
Oh boy!
So
my boy Fenrir, he gets a new card, right?
He came back with a vengeance, but he came back.
He came back to be thrown in the toilet.
He came back like Napoleon did and lost. Like, what happened, man?
This card is actually not that bad. Honestly, it's okay. The Fenrir deck doesn't change. Your main guy is still old Fenrir from Absolute Judgment, or Set 4, I think is what he's from Vanguard G. But this guy, he's a good 2-of. He's not awful.
He's got sexier. He's not useful.
You can Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 3. When this unit is placed on Vanguard or Rear Guard, you may pay the cost. If you do, you look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, put 1 from among them into your hand. You put 1 card from among them into your soul, and you put the rest on the top or bottom of your deck. And if you have a face-up card in your G-Zone with Fenrir and its card name, you counter charge 1. So I'm going to bank that we might get another Fenrir Stride in the future, because the current one that we have does not benefit this card at all, to be honest. But overall, it's not terrible. To be completely honest, it's really not that bad.
Yeah. entirely. We got a grade 1 from the new set. It's basically just like a if your grade 4 with Chrono Jet, its name attacks, you pay the cost, and you put to the soul, and you draw cards. Some different with gears. I've never really seen this. I mean, everyone knows all these little dragons like smaller versions of Chrono Jet, but they don't have Chrono Jet in the name, which is bothering me so much.
Like Dran.
Yeah, like Dran. Like Dran is
literally Chrono Dragon.
Like, and the fact that he didn't own the show was kind of scary too. We got
so is that Quintet?
No, it's Amon. Quintet. Which I probably won't see it used. Maybe.
You want to talk about Amon?
Amon came back with a vengeance.
We pulled him.
Came back with a vengeance scoop. What did you do, Zach?
I actually didn't read it. I just saw Amon and I thought you'd be happy.
Me
personally, I'm not a huge Amon fan.
I mean, Charlotte's where it's at now. I mean, honestly, but
so this guy's got a axe skill. Counter +1 for once per turn, and choose one of your rear guards and put it into your soul. Your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards, retires it, and this unit gets +5 until the end of turn for every 5 cards in your soul. So a lot. And then if the number of cards in your soul is 20 or more, choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards, retire them. And then if you have a heart card with Amon in its card name, this unit gets +1 crit until the end of the battle. So, I mean, this card's actually pretty big.
It's big.
Considering it's not locked behind a GB, that's a lot. If you combo off really early with Dark Ravage, which it does, you can probably kill somebody first try with that, to be honest.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
I think I could probably pull it off if I comboed off right. You run, like, the right setup for it. We also pulled this guy. I'm not sure about it, though. It's the G-Guard for Nubatama, I think?
Yeah, I think it's a Dominator one, right?
Yes, this is the one that dominates as a response. I think I'm only running like one of it, mainly because the flip unit, I think is a little bit more protective of the player. The dominate one, I just don't feel like is as important right now. Maybe once we get some more stuff for Nubatama, it might see some better play. I pulled like 4 copies of the Genesis G-Guard for this set, and I just don't like it. I like Eris better. Eris is like one of the best G-Guards out there.
Like, come on, man, looking pretty though, ain't she?
It's not as spoily as Eris, to be honest.
We got Amon's new form or son or whatever. I didn't really look on this guy.
Grade 3, Amon's Eye.
I mean, what he does basically, when you know Amon in the original name Strides, you pay the cost, you soul charge the amount of cards that are already in your soul, so you double your soul. But the problem you run into with this deck, if you since you're not darkness, so you can't run this thing. I think you can. The problem is you'll deck out. You will literally deck out. Like, if you're not paying attention and you can't kill someone on second stride, you are going to deck yourself out. And because all those cards are going to your soul, and oh my God, Zach, I hate
we need a card to match the mat, Brian.
I think we do need a card to match the mat. The mat, and I think
Mugen Lord.
Mugen Lord's that boy, man.
So this is the face of the set. This is your second stride for...
Zach's over here a little sweaty because of it.
So Mugen Lord, this is your dominate unit that doesn't just dominate one unit. He dominates all rearguard circles if you have enough of him flipped up. So normally, what you do is you second stride this guy, you flip a copy. Shiranui's stride skill is that he brings out a unit from drop zone and brings it out. Furai, your grade 2, does the same thing as a counter or soul blast skill. So you're going to have about 3 units called out, mostly grade 3s. You buff them by about 3 or 4k. And you bypass their Vanguard at 11k by like a couple thousand.
Yeah, it's ridiculous when you have enough of them face.
Yeah. Eventually you call out like their entire rearguard circles and you just kill everything. As far as I know, we talked about it, Neil.
Yeah,
as far as I know, I could be wrong on the rulings. When you dominate and you call a drop zone card to rearguard, doesn't it retire said unit that's on the field?
The unit retires at the end
yeah,
of the
you can literally just force retire their stuff on the field to get out whatever you want.
Yeah, I think so. Again, we got Jerain Singular. It runs a run starter in my deck, definitely. Like I said, when you stride, it puts all grade 1 or greater cards into your soul and you draw 2 cards, which I enjoy the draw because you kind of use your hand a lot. I mean, you call a lot. Like this dude right here, you either call him the guard circle or you call him the rear guard, gets +5 shield and a +5k to turn a card in soul. I used it a lot. A guy Zach here in my list, I use him like a 2 of in my deck minimum.
I might have had him as a 4, but I was also running a turbo deck, which is a little bit separate. Yeah, there was a separate.
Yeah,
deck
I got some more, some Cairo support that no one gotta care about. The one I truly care about though, this dude here gets like a +5 plus buff or count by you draws if your opponent retires some, if you try some rear guards this turn. And we got some a Dragon Knight, which I enjoy because it lets you draw a card and it's plus 2K for every open regard circle. This sounds like a lot of Murakami support. The old school Murakami, man.
Yeah.
Tempest Thunder Dragon. They're giving some Kagero support to it, man. I enjoy it. Got a Stride Fodder for any grade 3 1 run and like Time Beast. With Force here thinks we should give that to Royals, but I think he's full of crap.
Hey. Generic Royal Stride Fodder would be nice.
No, bad.
This thing's awesome.
Oh, bring it here. Bring that here, dude.
Look at that
here.
thing,
This is your second and final Stride in the deck. I went kill with. If you ask that, I lost. I kind of couldn't get to him. I tried. You think basically the point of the deck. I thin my deck to the point of having like minimum grade 1 and 3s in my deck, and then with Soul Charge, and then when I swing with him, you take all grade 0s and put them to your deck. So you have all your criticals, all your stands, all your draws, everything you need to win is in your deck now. So when you hit and you stand them again for the -2 drive, your rear guards are getting bumped by 5K with his own ability. And plus, I have some crits everywhere on the board. I mean, it's hard to push, hard to stop that if you're at second stride. You should be weakening your opponent throughout the game, I think.
Yeah.
And when I second stride, that beat Dominate, which I didn't do, which upset me entirely.
That card will definitely see a lot of play, I think, for the Sharhot deck for sure.
And I can see this using Time Leap, honestly. This Pulsar, this little snake here, big snake dude. I can see, because when you place on a rear guard from the deck, he gets, if you have Resurrect Time Beast Vanguard, which everyone runs in Time Leap, he gets plus 3K. If you have an 8 card space in your damage zone, you counter 1, so you can go ham as much as you want with it. You basically use that, grade 3, you can use that over your Chrono Tiger, which I can see happening. You know, some builds have come out already with it, and I feel that it's useful in the set. Got a Vampire here.
I don't know if I was running that one. I'm not sure.
I mean, I can look at it. Yeah, if you Vanguard Sharhot, they get plus 10K for every card in Soul, and in the battle, put you into the Soul when you draw a card. I like it entirely. Anything that goes to Soul and draw.
I probably just bypassed it by accident when I was doing my Sharhot list.
Potentially. I mean,
yeah.
Like I said, people don't like looking at the whole set when they do stuff sometimes. But
I mean, just think about that too. It gets a buff for how much is in Soul, and you're talking about Dark Irregulars.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's one of the big column killers next to your other Vampire that has Darkness ability, you know.
All right, I think that's everything.
Did we do?
I haven't done. Go talk about it. Right?
Did we do Disaster Colossus?
We got Disaster Colossus. We saw some Vortex. It might be some use.
They I read up on it. It's a new gear Colossus that you look at the top 3 of your deck.
Right.
You pick one, put it in your hand, bind another one, and then you place the last one in the drop zone. And then when you stride, you can draw a card. If you do, bind a card, and I believe it gets plus 1K?
I think so. I saw when it got leaked. People were kind of excited about it because Colossus is one of those, like, minor subclan things.
Yeah, they have support, but they don't have anything.
It's kind of like there's a bunch of different like subplans for everything that has like neat cards, but they don't have like the stride deck for it or anything.
Yeah. You have to use a gear Chrono Jet strides, but you can't use Chrono Jet after Chrono Jet. So it's like
you gotta have Chrono Jet as a hard.
It's a grade 3 Revelation. That's all. But
it's a grade 1, right?
Grade 1 with Revelation. Yeah. I believe its charge ability. If you like I said, good synergy with the grade 1s in the deck with Revelation because of the her ability. Right?
I'm not actually sure if I'm running it mainly because Gelja is still a better choice overall.
I mean, true, you have your Revelation use, but I mean, grade 1s don't hurt.
Yeah, I think what I did was I was running it, but then I remembered Gelja with her ability to Soul Charge 2 if you have Fenrir, which, I mean, you're still running 1 Fenrir as a stride unit, so you could still play off a Gelja properly.
Yeah, technically, we got a Wyvern Strike unit. I love some Wyvern Strike, man. Got Blaze, your opponent, if your Vanguard's blazing, then regards your opponent has 3 or less, he gets plus 2K and plus 5 shield, which I enjoy heavily.
Oh, we actually pulled the whole thing.
Yeah, I was making sure.
It's Legion mates. We pulled the 2 Witch Legions. Let me find the other one. Hold on, because it's a pair.
Sure.
They print Legion support so late after what we did.
Yeah, so it's a grade 2 and a grade 3 put together.
Oh, they're making a star. Oh,
yeah,
so
they do.
Cute. What do they actually
awesome.
do? Okay. Counterblast, when this unit with Witch's name is put into your soul from drop zone and pay the cost. If you do, okay, let's have Legion, you draw a card. Soul Blast 3, during your turn with the Witch. If this name is special on Regard, turn that this unit's Legion, you may pay the cost. You counter Soul Charge 1. I can't see this uses meta. I mean, meta.
No, it's not going to be meta.
It's not going to be at all. I mean, you guys.
There's people online that are like doing fun builds. Of,
It's
like,
probably going to be really casually played.
That's a playmat right there, I think.
What, those two together?
Yeah, that's what they look.
I mean, if you could get like artwork of it, not like the foily gloss.
I feel like dominate the banger. You just dominate the banger.
Make
right
sure
anyway.
you get consent before you dominate.
I mean, we should have had that picture. That's really.
That's a great picture.
That's a great meme, I think.
So I think that's everything.
That's it. I mean,
we pulled a majority of what's relevant for this set. I think we only missed a few of the Royal Paladin cards.
yeah, I mean,
we missed Gancelot.
Which,
yeah, which is surprising. We didn't.
No,
see
I think
Gancelot.
that's it. I think
We also
just
missed the
Gancelot.
Shiranui reprint, but most people that are out there know what Shiranui old school does.
We also missed New Shiranui, I believe, too.
New Shiranui is an SP only, I think, in the set.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's in the trial deck, which we'll cover probably.
which I enjoy they did. They didn't want to make it like this unreachable card.
Yeah.
They do most stuff they used to do.
So that's everything. Make sure to come check in with us again in a couple days. We're going to be opening a butt ton of boxes of Demonic Advent, and
definitely.
we're probably going to do a box opening of the trial deck, maybe do a game of it.
Yeah, make some games. Like, maybe draft the deck and try to play each other with some support. Oh, that'd be some thought right
Well,
for us.
there's going to be some deck editing on my end when we open these
For
boxes.
sure, absolutely. A lot of deck
Definitely.
editing for sure.
Also, come check out Bears Layers Games. I mean, these guys sponsor this. I mean, like I said, we're here trying to start become a team. Man.
We're here.
Out. And these playmats are pretty. I'm just saying right
Yeah,
now.
the Mugen Lord mats.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Mugen Lord scoop, that Mugen Lord.
They it's actually kind of interesting. They didn't do like any paired mats this time.
No, this is the one.
Because like with Absolute Judgment, there was Fenrir as a mat, and then
think Roman
Sharhat was the other mat.
Yeah, Roman Labyrinth did the whole dual mat.
The characters, and then Hari and Night Rose together.
Well, I
Yeah,
think that's
two.
the main one that everyone's focusing on now.
I mean, it's the first Dominate trying that's scary. I mean,
He's like the legit Stride
He's
unit.
the
Plus,
in-game
there's the
Stride.
trial deck that's coming out
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, so people want him.
There's gonna be a lot of attention.
He's
to
not
the
coming out in the
trial
trial deck, is he?
Who, Mugen Lord?
Yeah, he's not.
No, the Stride unit in the trial deck is something simple. It's like Dominate, one rear guard.
Which is fair for a starter.
Yeah, it's not like a broken card. It's not like Title Bore for Aquaforce had the Title Bore
Oh my.
Stride unit.
That's a whole other video, man.
It was like
That's a whole nother video.
it was like stand a unit, draw a card, or some crap. It was super fun.
Yeah, well, I guess let's wrap this up, guys. All right,
Yeah,
well,
so
this is,
that was everything.
Yeah, this is Brian,
I'm Zach.
And I'm Forrest.
and this is Vortex Gaming signing out.
Yep. Later, guys. Come see us again.